Welcome to another episode of the I Have a Problem podcast. It's your boy at Mike D Sykes on Twitter, your host with the most. I'm here with my man AJ, the super producer for NBC, NBC Washington, NBC Sports Washington. Is that what it is now? Like it's tripped me up so many times already this year.
Bro, it trips us up still. Every time I say it, I have to like take a pause and like think about it for a second and then say it. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that, but every time I say it, I'm like NBC Sports Washington.
NBC Sports Washington. So that's what it
Yes,
is now.
yes, yes,
Formerly
sir.
CSN Washington, but now NBC Sports Washington.
Formerly CSN Washington, and then after that, it was CSN Mid Atlantic, and now it's NBC Sports Washington.
Well, I gotta say I'm feeling the new title a little bit. I don't know about you guys over there, but I like the look of it.
You know
So
what? I was gonna say, I honestly I like it too, man. I like kind of understand what they were trying to do with the whole Mid Atlantic thing, but Baltimore, Washington, they're not the same place, and I like that the fact that it's back to NBC Sports Washington.
right, yeah, I'm here for it. So we kind of chatted. We've been chatting about this doing this podcast over the last couple of weeks, and like a bunch of stuff has happened. But we were chatting about you actually getting a fake pair of Yeezys.
Man, so
So go ahead. Just tell us the story.
I
Let's
was
just
gonna
dive
say,
right.
man, I am I've almost like kind of I've been the last person like I out of my way to just stay away from anything that is could be potentially counterfeit. Like, I never go to these like Instagram links that have posts about, hey, get cheap Adidas shoes or cheap Nike shoes here. Like anytime it's a friend of a friend, that kind of thing, I always stayed away from it. I think I got one time when I was in high school some fake SBs with the
Oh,
Ray Gun SBs. I
that'll
was saying
get
like
you.
in 10th grade. I wanted those so bad, and I found like a seller online. I was like, awesome, I got them. And they were bootleg, and I never forgave myself, so I stayed away. And then yeah, just this last week I got with some fake Yeezys, and I deserve the shaming. I deserve it. Like it's my fault,
Yo, the disgust in your voice just that's enough for me. Like I'm not going to sit here and shame you for getting
bro.
bagged with some Yeezys because like I
It
can tell that you spent a while shaming yourself.
I mean, there was like a full day where like I wouldn't even acknowledge it. Like I told my girlfriend not to bring it up. Like let's just move on. Let's act like this never happened. But yeah, man. So the crazy part is I actually had a friend who very recently was a college athlete, played for a school that was sponsored by Adidas. Like
Mm.
that's who outfitted their teams. They were a basketball player, and so I did. I was talking to this person recently. Did them a small favor. I work in media, so now I have access and a little bit of experience editing, that kind of stuff. So I helped this person out with some content. I got some stuff edited for them. And they were like,
Mm.
hey, let me know if you ever need anything. Being a sneakerhead, I was like, hey, certain, Adidas, pretty tough to come by, especially Yeezys, especially ones that have come out recently. Is there anything you can do to kind of help me out, especially because you had that connect? They were like, oh, yeah, for sure. I got a couple people, but here's a person, reach out to them. Everything's legit. Don't even sweat it. And, we got you.
Oh man.
Reach, reach out to the Connect. They, and it wasn't fishy to me at first because they asked for retail for the shoe. It wasn't like, there were a pair of Yeezy Boost 350s, V2s, and they asked for 220. I was like, oh, okay. Like this, they're asking for retail. This,
Right.
red
That's
flags
reasonable.
haven't gone up. And this is like a trusted source for me too. Like the person like I've been friends with for a couple years. And I got the box, and as soon as I opened it, before I even opened the box, first thing I did was like check the label on the side.
Mm.
And Yeezys come with this little like figurine, almost like the guy that's on like the bathroom sign, the little like outline of a guy,
Right. Right.
and like he didn't have a left arm, and I was like, oh no. Off the bat, I was like,
Yo.
bro, this is fishy. Like something is going on. And so I opened them up and I checked them out, and I was like, you know what? These actually look kind of clean. like, you know, I've watched a bunch of the videos to see like how you can tell something's fake or not. I was like, you know what, these actually look kind of good, but this is fishy. And if there's any doubt, you know, you know that something's wrong. And then eventually, a couple of my boys own a store right by my house that sells exclusive kicks. Took them over, and they were like, "Yeah, bro, like, sorry," right away. They were like, "These are fake.
Yo,
This and this and this is reasons why. You can tell from this, and yeah, man, I got." And so, after all this time, after promising myself I wouldn't be the one. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that got.
yo. So okay. So what did you do? What did you do after? Like, what'd you do with the
I
shoes?
mean,
Did you hit the guy back up?
so yeah, hit them back up, and you know, I'm like kind of going through the process now, and I kind of like told them right away, I'm like, we don't need to turn this into a bigger thing, bro. Like, you know, I got these. I ain't even try them on yet. Like, let's just swap it back. Like, help me out. Like, I really don't want to take an L for $220 right now,
Right.
and it's kind of on me for going through like these means to get it. Like, I should have expected some fishy behavior, but it seems like, you know, I'm gonna get my money back. So at least there's that, and like, lesson learned. Hopefully, no harm done, and never again.
No,
Never again am I.
honestly though, I don't feel like you did anything wrong there. Because if you're going to get Yeezys at retail, like it's already difficult to do. You're not going to do it just generally from when they actually hit shelves, but like you have to have
No.
a plug. So
Yeah.
like I feel like you went through the proper channels, like you had an official source, right, who sent you to a person that they trust,
Hmm.
and the person just bagged you. Like I honestly don't feel like you were wrong in that situation. Like I'm glad to hear that you're getting your money back though, probably.
Me too. And that's like, I don't want to count my chickens yet. Like, I don't have it back yet. So that's still like, of course it could go wrong. And this guy's like, hey, you know, whatever, come after me for that money, and we'll see if you get it back. But from the sounds of it, it looks like that's hopefully going to, you know, be a thing. I'll get my refund, and I'll be able to hopefully spend it on some legit shoes. Um, when I talked to my guy at the shoe place, I was like, man, is there anything I can do? Like, nah, I don't want to be the one trying to flip these and get these onto somebody else. I don't. Are you a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan at all?
I just started watching Curb actually, so like I
Did you?
started watching this season,
So
and I
you've
have to.
seen this season, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like foisted. Like, I'm trying to
Yo,
foist these now back on somebody else. So
yo, it is. It's oh my god. Oh, great job, great job.
so that's what I'm like. I was up against for a second. I was like, man, now I got to get somebody else. And I went on to like eBay, Amazon, a couple different places to just look at like what the landscape was like for these. And it's like 300 of them for sale, all for like $50. I'm like, oh my god,
Oh, oh
this is not good. Like, I'm gonna end up nowhere. No one's gonna buy these. All these are fake, including mine. Like, I don't want to go through this. So again, I'm just hoping that, you know, the return comes through, and this is just one of those chapters, like one of those like lessons learned. And the worst part about this is right before I did it, my girlfriend warned me, man. She was like, don't do it. She was like, this is kind of shady. She's like, don't, you know, don't pull the trigger. That's a lot of money to spend on something that, you know, especially somebody who you've never met this person. And I was like, no, I got this. You know, I trust my
trust your
person.
boy.
There's all these, you know, all these like connections here, like, we're good. And, you know, little did I know.
Gotta trust that woman's intuition, man. Like you gotta trust your girl, man.
Man, she was right. She's always right too, man. Kills me.
Yo, so I mean, the thing about that is, you said it was the 350 V2s, right?
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
a ton of fakes in the same form of those, and like it's so hard to identify what is authentic and what is fake when it
Yo,
comes to that shoe because there's so many different versions and so many different colorways, and like they've also
absolutely.
it feels like they've been out for a while, right? Like
Hmm.
there's so many versions that we've seen over the last like 2 years from the even going back to like the V1s, like there are just a bunch of them. So like I can't really blame you for getting bagged with the Yeezys, man. Like that's
You can't, but you can. I deserve it. I don't, I don't deserve any sympathy here. But yeah, man, I mean, honestly, it wasn't even anything on the outside of the shoe that gave me that let me know that. It was the three things, just to let you know. The boost on the bottom of the Yeezys,
Mm-hmm.
there's like these little circular like grooves that kind of go up and down the portion that has the boost.
Right, it's kind of like a shell,
There's
right?
Yeah, and then there's like these little like kind of prickly like little like almost like what you see on um how to describe it, like these little like almost like nipple type things that like kind of like
Yeah, yeah,
come off the boost. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I know what
these
you're talking
tiny
about.
little things, and those can't be replicated. So that wasn't there. And then on the inside of the shoe, like a serial number on the bottom of the sole of the shoe itself. That was the other way that he knew. He was like, yeah, look, if you have a size 10, it's supposed to say 9 to 10. The shoes that I had were 10 to 12. I don't know
Ooh.
if that's too boring, but like it took like some technical knowledge like that to know like these are not legit. It wasn't anything like on the shoe like that. The shoe just sitting there, he was like, it'd be very tough for me to tell with this one next to a real one which one is real, which one's
Right.
fake.
You can't just identify it from like from
No,
just a general view. Like you have to actually know what a
you have
Yeezy
to have
looks
them
and
in
feels
your
like.
hand. Exactly. And you have to also be experienced to know what it feels like, what it looks like, what the serial numbers are, what color the stitching is in this part. Like that's, it took somebody like an expert to be able to to definitively tell me. Cause I mean, I've had other Yeezys before and it still was tough for me to tell. Same with like, I have friends who, I had one of my boys like check it out too. And he was like, man, I don't know. These look legit. They like smell legit, but you're right. There is definitely something kind of fishy here.
Man,
So
that's crazy. This was a really good fake. Like it
it
sounds
was.
like this was a really good fake. Like
And my boy's advice to me was like, you might as well wear them, man. He's like, you pay for them and like they don't look fake. Like it'd be tough to tell. Um, but I don't want to be
but
my
you
boy
can't take that out
Stormy.
though. Like cuz like
Yeah.
if you go out and wear them and then somebody like cuz
Yeah.
there'll be that one sneakerhead dude that's just like, yo,
Who's the
I'm
rapper that just got caught up in that?
ooh.
Stormy what?
Oh, I see. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
There was
Is it?
somebody. He was like an Adidas Adore Sky too. He got
Let me
called
go
out
to
by
Twitter.
Yeezy Mafia a couple days ago for the same thing. And
That's crazy.
he was doing like a concert, and they took a bunch of pictures of him, and they were like, "Bro, those are fake." They like tweeted at him. They got into it back and forth about the whole thing. He like sent a picture of the box, and the Yeezy Mafia responded to him saying, well, like, "Serial code off, bro. Like those are fake." It was like a whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Stormzy. Yeah.
Stormzy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is wow, and that's a really like that doesn't even look fake. Like
No,
I can't even. I'm not mad at him either. Like I can't be mad at that. It looks like it almost looks like a beluga.
they do, and
Almost.
because of the color and like the lighting, I couldn't really tell which version they were. I think that's what they were though. But yeah, man. I mean, celebrities were getting caught up. I guess I shouldn't feel too bad about myself.
Listen, some people would honestly go out here and wear fakes because there's like I mean there's fake
Yeah.
shoe culture, right? Like people will wear
Oh, for sure,
fake shoes and be proud of it. Honestly, like
bro.
especially
Yeah. And I see people all the time. And I mean, when I was like in high school, when I was in college, everyone had Concords. I'm like, bro, I know those Concords are not legit. Like, come on.
that
I
was a
know
shoe.
the yellow tint. That was the one that I feel like I've seen the most replicated in like
Yeah,
the most different ways is the Concords. And they're just like yellow, and like the black just seems like off. It's like not the what's it called? It's like the dimensions are off. I'm like, man, you would see so many fake versions of those, but now I guess it's easy. So that's the popular shoe to the Yeezy Boost 350s are the popular ones to get the fakes on now.
yeah. I would say definitely the 350s. Those are probably the number one fake out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just from like me just thinking about it, and then there are a lot of 11s that are still out here that are just not real. And I'm like, I've never seen this color before. They also
Mm-hmm.
do it with the J5 too. a lot, which is like, I mean, you don't really see people wearing Jordan 5s anymore, but there are a lot of fake versions of those out too that I'm just like,
Yeah.
those are kind of fire, but like I know that's not a real color.
Mm-hmm. And for me, like I was really heavy into Jordans from like elementary school to like early high school, and then high school for me more I got into Nike SBs. I remember I used to see a lot of fake ones of those, like the De La Souls. I think I told you
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
Ray Guns were the ones that were like my holy grail. I wanted those more than anything, and I ended up getting a fake pair. And then I forget what I did. I think I did like yard work in them, and that's like all I would ever use them for. Because I
Yeah.
was like embarrassed to wear them out because I knew my boys or everybody else would know. But
So
I would go ahead.
no, I was gonna say in high school, my one of my boys had bought a it was a fake pair. Like he didn't know they were fake, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a pair of Destroyer Dunks that he bought, and they were
Mm.
like they looked super close to the authentic versions, but like there was something about the serial number that was weird, and like we had bought them from like a really off-brand, like off the cuff site that was like we had to like translate part of it.
Oh no! See, that's when you know. That's when
Yeah,
you
and I
know.
was like, bro, like you probably shouldn't buy these from there, but
But
at
they're
the end
twenty
of the
five
day,
bucks.
right? I was like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like they're cheap, like they're super close to authentic. I think we were in 11th grade at the time or 12th grade, so I'm like, you know what? Fine, just run it. Like just run it. Like,
You might as well. And that's the only thing for me. Like if I paid like 50 or 100 for these feezies that I just got, I don't know if I'd be that upset. And you know what? I might even think about wearing them, but I paid retail, so I just can't. Like I couldn't get over that. You know, I was like, no, I got to do something about this. I can't just get got for a full retail price of some fake shoes. Like
yeah, that's your
again, if I,
pride. That's your pride
yeah,
talking.
oh man, yeah. So I'm hoping I can kind of turn the page and just get past that entire thing. But we'll see. We'll see how this turns out.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. If you get the money back, when you get the money back, do you know what you're buying or?
So I
Yeah.
want to get the Beluga twos, man. I keep seeing that those are going to be released in like a larger quantity. I know that's not going to make it any easier, but the frozen yellows,
Mhm.
I saw that are going to be a limited quality, just like a limited quantity, just like all the other ones. And those are going to be tough to get. But if I can get the Belugas, I'd be happy with that. Otherwise, I might just spend that money on some new boosts and be happy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Belugas. Um,
Mm-hmm.
real big fan. I'm not like I don't like too many Yeezys, but like I'm in love with the Belugas and the Pirate Blacks.
The
Turtle
Pirate
Doves too.
Blacks, the Turtle Doves, and then the Moon Rock. The Moon Rocks too. Those are
Yeah,
and the
those are
Turtle
fire.
Doves.
Those are fire.
Those are all my favorite. Those are like the toughest ones to get. The zebras are the ones I got on, by the way.
Of course, of course. I'm not a huge fan of those. I have to admit,
I'm
but
not either, man. But again, it was like that's what was available. So I was like, you know what? If I'm getting these for retail, like I might as well. I like them for that.
right,
I don't know
yeah,
if I like them for 400, but I like them for that.
you might as well,
So
cop. You
yeah,
might as
you
well,
might as
cop.
well. But yeah, man, I've been looking at those, and then the Beluga twos. There's another pair of. I just was looking at Sneaker News last night. There's a pair of black and khaki Adidas Boosts that are coming out, and I'm looking for them right now. By the way, what do you think of the Harrises? The Heiresses, the
I
Jordan 11s.
I love them actually. Like I wish they came in my size because they only run in women's sizes, right? Women
Yeah,
in grade school. So I'm out of luck because I'm a 11 and a half. I'm a size up from the
yeah.
max size that you can get. But like it's a dope shoe. Like this is probably the best 11 that I've seen in a while, honestly.
There there was one other women's colorway from like a couple years back that I really liked that I remember saying like, damn, I wish they came out. Those came out in men's. I think they may have been like an all black with a little bit of a. They may have been semi similar, but yeah, as soon as I saw those, I was like, wow, those are kind of fire. Those are really nice.
Yeah, they're really nice, man. Like
I'm
I don't know what material this is in the upper. Like
Yeah, because it looks different. I don't know if that's similar to what the 72 and 10s were, where it was like it wasn't like the Space Jams. I forget what the material is called, but it's more of like a almost like the material on like the Blazers, or
Yeah,
it's tough to tell, you know.
yeah. Like you can tell, like the part of it is suede at the
Hmm.
top, but then like once you get closer to the midsole, like I have no clue what that is, but it looks so dope on the shoe. Like,
Yeah, the so it's the Adidas Ultra Boost 4.0 Dark Mochas. Those are coming out
oh, okay, okay.
the week after Thanksgiving, and I think those are going to be, if I can't get the Belugas, those come out like 5 days later. So those will
So
probably be
you'll
where I
probably
go
cop
to
those.
next.
Yeah, I've been looking at these. I don't know if you've seen them. It's like a real random cut, but like these overkill Pumas that are coming out this weekend.
Dude, I saw those come up like 2 weeks ago, and I was kind of feeling them. What color are the ones you're looking at?
Yo, so I'm looking at the like black and neon.
Hmm.
It these are so dope. Like it reminds me of a dunk that I wanted that I could never get, the Northern Lights dunk
Oh yeah, no,
that
I
came out.
remember
It came
that.
out, I guess, what, maybe two or 3 years ago. But like those were so incredible. And like this is kind of the same colorway, and they've got like this little sprinkle thing going on the on the midsole that I'm totally here for. So like I think that's gonna be my next cop since I missed out on the pitch this weekend.
How so? What did you do? I saw your Twitter picture of your shopping cart. You had them all loaded up, and they didn't
Yo,
come through.
so okay, all right. So I woke up at 8 preparing for this race, right? And
Hmm.
I'm just searching, just trying to make sure like where I can go to get these. I'm on trying to pick them up. I don't remember what the other site was, but I was on that site trying to pick them up. And so 10 o'clock eventually rolls around. It's like 9:59, and like you could put them in your cart a little bit earlier. So put the I put a pair in 11 and a half in my cart at 9:59. Hit purchase at 10. Had my PayPal and everything ready. So like there was no, like I didn't have to put in no passwords or nothing. Like I just had to. It was
You were ready to
literally,
go.
yeah. It was 3 clicks. It was 3 clicks, and I was good. So get to the final click, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm psyched. Like I'm about to get these because I missed out obviously on the first page release back in '05. So I'm like, yes, about to cop. Uh, hit
I had those,
the.
by the way. I had the
Oh, you
originals. Go
did?
ahead. I
Oh
did.
my god. Okay. Um, I want to talk about that, but I'm gonna keep going with my story though.
Yeah.
Um. So anyway, so I hit purchase, right, and like I get this 503 page loading error, which means like the page is like flooded, right? Like the site is flooded.
Oh no.
No one can get on. No one can advance past the screen, or at least I can't.
Hmm.
Right. So like I have to refresh the page, try again. So like I go through the whole process again. Keep in mind, like at this point it's 10:01 a.m. on Saturday
Hmm.
morning. And so like I
And at
get
that point, you know you're done. You
right.
already
At that
know.
point, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, there's no fucking way I'm getting this. Like it's done. It's over for me, but I'm gonna try anyway, just to see. And I know I already missed out on the sneakers app because I'm seeing everybody with the with their screenshots that they caught or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I add them to the cart again, and it says there are 0 sizes left.
Oh no.
Size up to 12, or a half size up to 12. 0 sizes left. Okay, let me try a size down in 11. 0 sizes left, and I'm just like, oh my god,
No.
and like it's literally 10:02 at this time, and I'm just like, yo, like this is so ridiculous. Like there's no way that I could not believe that I blew it. I was right there. I was literally right there, and I just sat there and sulked for like 3 hours of my Saturday.
3 hours.
3 hours, bro, because like I was so looking forward to copping these. Like I said, like
No, I know.
I missed out on the first one, so I'm like, okay, like now I actually getting like I'm a huge dunk person, so like
Yeah.
I'm super excited to get these, and everything just blew up. So
I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah. I remember I got the. Um, where are you located? I know you're in the DC area. Like, what area are you in?
So I'm in Brandywine,
You're in
which
Brandywine,
is
Maryland.
like
Okay, cool.
a little bit
So
farther out.
I'm in. I grew up in like Alexandria, Virginia. So the place that we used to go to, like I said, I was into dunks were my thing in high school. So I made sure the original pigeons were one of those like must haves. There was a place
Hmm.
inside Fair Oaks Mall in Fairfax called
Hmm.
Elite Board Shop. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So Elite Board Shop, they had all like the exclusive dunks, and I was cool with one of the guys that worked there. And it was like me and my boys would all go there. So anytime there was a big release, like he would between like three or four of us, he would always hold us. Hey, sorry, my headphones just died. I'm plugging in some new ones.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Okay,
did you do it? Okay, here we go.
I'm back. I'm back now. I don't know if you can edit that back.
Yeah, we're good. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the guy our connect there would always kind of take care of like three or four of us
Mhm.
because we all wore different sizes. I wore 11s. One of my buddies wore 10s, 9s, 8s. So he'd always set aside one pair of each size. And I remember getting those, and then I think I ended up trading them off for something else. I think I ended up getting like a pair of cool gray 11s for those, like a straight up trade. Because I
That's
remember I missed out on the cool grays, and I got those, and like we had this weird culture in like our high school where we had like a shoe trading culture. Like you would see your shoes go from one person to another, and it included clothes. So I think I got like a polo bomber jacket and the cool gray 11s for the pigeons. And part of me kind of regrets that now. I wish I kept the pigeons, but we also weren't in like the mode of because you're in high school, you didn't have as much money. If I bought some shoes, I'm wearing those shoes. I'm not like
right.
keeping them. I see now that if I would have kept them all these years, I probably could have flipped them for like $1,000 at least. But um,
Yo, so I don't know if you use stock. Do you use StockX?
yeah, I use StockX for sure.
Okay, so I was looking for the OG pigeons on there, not to buy them, but just to see like how much they were selling for. And I think somebody was on there selling them for 10K.
Damn,
And
bro.
I'm
Oh, that
just
makes me
like,
so
yo,
sad.
yeah. So like I mean, I don't know if that investment turned out well for you.
No, no, it's
But
so short sighted. In the moment, I like looked at them and I was like, oh my god, like I gotta wear these right away. I think I bought them and then had them on like the next day at school. I already had like an outfit planned out. Had like this Paul Frank orange jacket that went right with those because they were like that gray and orange accent. And no, yeah, I didn't save them at all. I always wonder about that now. Like speaking of turtle doves earlier, I saw somebody wearing those like semi recently, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro? It's like you're wearing $3,000 on your feet right now. You could have. It would be tougher for me
yeah,
now to get a pair of those kinds of shoes and wear them. Something that I know the resale, whether like right away or beyond, beyond a couple months from now, would resell for that much. It'd be tough for me to wear them now because I feel I'm so much more money motivated than I was when my earlier years, where I was like, I'm just trying to wear the freshest gear.
right. Like it would be one thing, cause like I mean, like there are like dudes who are like super baller. They can like walk around and just wear them at any time. But like me now, like nah, there's
No,
no way that I'm wearing. I might not
no.
wear any Yeezys, honestly.
Yeah, you
Um,
know what? And part of me agrees with that. Like, I think regardless of what happened, however I would get them. So the place that I think I've mentioned to you a couple times, and we had you on Chase's podcast, and the other guest at the same time was my boy Danny, who owns the store Cool Kicks in
mm,
Northern Virginia. They have a thing in their store called the Cool Key Master, or the Key Master machine, I think is what it's called. And essentially, it's like one of those like old carnival like claw type machines, but with like 600 $300 to $600 shoes in there. And it's $5 to play every single time,
oh
but
Lord.
you potentially could win. Like I've been in there when like these like kids, like 12-year-old kid will win a $600 pair of Yeezys in like 3 tries or something like that.
Yeah, that's fire.
And so last time I was in there, I almost got a pair, and I remember thinking about it after the fact. Like I was bitter I didn't win, but I was like, if I won these, like I'm gonna turn around and try to resell them back to the store. Like I don't think I'm walking out of here like wearing these. I'm like, yo, I would make so much more money by just getting some type of return on these, because whatever I got those. Even if you buy them retail $220, you're selling that for at least 3 times that amount. So it would be tough for me to think that, my fashion sense kind of trumps the my wallet, and I would rather wear those than make that extra $300-$400 at least on those shoes.
Yeah, that was actually kind of my mindset with the Black Pigeons. Like I don't know like how much these would.
Yeah, what would you have done? Like let's just say easy they would have resold for, let's say, $400 or $500. What would you have done?
I probably would have sold. I wouldn't have sold them like immediately. Resold them. I probably would have sat on them for a while.
What about till like Christmas? Would you have tried to like? Is that like
that's probably
a good time to try to get a return on those? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at StockX right now, and they're only selling for about $200. What is retail?
Retail was 110.
Retail's 110. Oh my god. That's it. Of course they sold out so fast.
Yeah, like that's why I was so ready. I'm like, okay, like these are just 110. Like it's not like this is Jeff Staple and this is a pigeon and I can get this for 110. Like, are you kidding? So like I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm about to get this. Like, nah, I wasn't actually.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Nah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I will deal with this broken heart one way or another.
So I just saw the Wave Runners are starting to kind of pop up at couple of different places. My guys at Cool Kicks, I saw just posted a Instagram post with using those, or kind of showing those off, saying that they have them. And those are selling for $700. And we talked about those a little bit. I'm not sure if we're on air or not, but we talked about those a little bit before. I don't know how I feel about this, man. The dad shoe thing seems to be kind of, coming in style between the Yeezys, the Wave Runners, the Balenciagas. Like I'm seeing a lot of different ones.
Yeah, I was going to say it reminds me so much of the Balenciagas. Like I'm not on that wave personally at this point. I mean, but like I'm going to like they're going to flood my timeline with this shoe. So like I'm sure at some point like it'll grow on me. But I'm not super into them right now. They're going for $700 though, retail.
That's not retail. That's how much retail. That's how much they're reselling for. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I've definitely seen a few influencers with them in their Instagram posts. So and then like you got like Kim K wearing them and everything. So.
I was gonna say, yeah. I've seen them start popping up. Like that's another one where even if I got a pair for free as like a gift, I'm probably gonna try to resell those because I like them. But the return on investment there of getting rid of them and making a little bit of money to me is so like far outweighs whatever like oohs and ahs I would get. Wearing those around wherever I went, like I that wouldn't matter to me at all. But in terms of just the shoe itself, I think it's definitely grown on me a little bit, man. I remember hating those when I saw the silhouettes a couple months ago, but now like I kind of like them, and I'm like, I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's the trend, just kind of, me adapting to that, or maybe they're not as bad as everyone thought. I'm not sure, kind of which what thing is influencing me more,
Yeah, I feel like once I see the right color probably, and like once I see them in real life, like that's when they'll grow on me. Because like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the 350s either. But
at first you weren't. Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't, and so like I forget which it might have been actually the Power Black colorway that kind of turned me over to the dark side, but nah, I mean they eventually grew on me, and I've been trying to get a pair ever since and haven't been able to get my hands on a pair. So
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
luck. Those are
yeah,
tough to
I
get a
could
hold of.
definitely. Yeah, I've all but given up. So, I don't think that's gonna work out for me. But I could definitely see the wave runners taking a similar course for me though.
Yeah, I mean, those are the only way I think that would become a thing for me. Like, I don't know, again, if this is because of, my experience in high school and everybody trading shoes. Certain people kind of scoff at this. One thing I've never had an issue with, and again, this might just be gross to people. I'm not like a germaphobe at all. But Cool Kicks, one thing that they do, StockX doesn't do, is they'll sell used shoes. Like, obviously, none of them are like beat up, like scuffed up with no bottom, lightly worn. And I think that's maybe the only way. And again, I don't know if that's like blasphemy to some people, but that's if I got a pair that were reasonable, like for $100 or something like that, and they were used where I'm not necessarily worried about getting that full return on investment on those, I would wear those.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Like if you're out here afraid to wear used shoes, then what are you actually doing? Like what is
Yeah,
are some people like some people don't do that?
I don't know. I mean, I think I know that I've never had an issue with it because again, like I said, way back in the day when we would do like our sneaker swaps. Like I didn't care. Like it was I'm wearing socks. I'm not like I'm wearing these barefoot and
Right.
I'm hoping none of my boys or anyone else who's worn them. Like obviously you're not getting them if they're like scuffed up and like all the way broken in, like somebody was mowing the lawn in them or anything like that. But so that would be maybe the only case where I would like get those and actually like wear them and make them part of like my rotation. But
Yeah.
Mike, I was gonna say I think I got a roll here pretty soon.
Cool, man. I was gonna say we should probably wrap up soon. I know you're super busy, and college basketball is coming on soon here. So
I know, yeah. It's 7 o'clock. The tilts tonight. The two games are pretty crazy. We got Duke, Michigan State, and Kentucky. And who's Kentucky playing? I forget off the top of my head.
shit, yeah, I forget.
Maybe it
I'm
was
super
Kansas.
into this.
I think it was Kentucky.
I think it is Kansas. I'm into this Duke Michigan State matchup. But man, I'll let you go. Tell the people where they can follow you at on Twitter.
So my name's super long, but it's AJ Atai on Twitter. You're gonna have to like post that for me or something because no one is gonna be able to
I'll
guess
get it.
that.
I'll get it.
You might as well like bang your keyboard like 3 times with your fist and AJ Atai. That's how you get my Twitter handle. But thank you for having me on, man.
I'll get you in the rundown, man.
I definitely
sure.
enjoyed this, and it's always awesome to catch up with a fellow sneakerhead. And I'm sure that, especially with everything happening, all the releases coming up during the holiday season, we'll have more to talk about. If you ever want me on, just give me a holler. Again, I appreciate it.
Most definitely. You're coming back on here. Don't worry about that.
My man. Appreciate that.
All right. Take it easy, brother.
All right, bro. Take care, man. Thank you.
All right. See you.
Sorry about that. Sorry, man.
Never a good night.